Beautiful Sunday outside. Kind of raining outside. Uh, just took a walk. Just took a walk with my wife. Uh, Sometimes I like doing videos inside, like talking to you guys inside. Don't have no distractions and stuff, on the inside of the house. And so yeah, I like doing indoors sometimes, so I just can sit here and talk to you guys without anybody distracting me. Sometimes when I'm outside, people be walking by. I don't want to seem like I'm talking to myself or people try to listen to my conversation to you guys. But hope y'all had a great day. Uh, like I said, great Sunday, beautiful Sunday. How you doing, Hockey King? How you doing, Hockey King? But yeah, I thought I'd do my video in the house today. Uh, Great day, great day. Went to church today. Uh, Good service, good service. Really talking about patience. Sometimes we don't have patience with things. We don't see things through. Uh, Sometimes we're not consistent with the things that we want to do in life, and we get frustrated. Then we get frustrated when things doesn't happen the way we want it to. You know, and so those things happen. Those things happen as far as life is concerned. We we often struggle with confidence, being confident in ourselves and our abilities and our skills, you know. Say I'm frustrated right now. How you doing, Hockey King? Why are you frustrated? But you know, have more confidence in yourself. You know, think about situations. Don't. I think especially with especially with well, let me go wakeboarding. Talking about skateboarding, but sometimes our own selves get in the way of just small things like conversations. We think so much. Sometimes we think too much when we are talking to people, and we lose confidence. Instead of being in a conversation, we kind of think outside of the conversation. But try to absorb yourself inside of conversations. Don't always. Sometimes we think too much when it comes to conversating, and that's why a lot of us, sometimes we can have, um, sometimes we can have social anxiety. We can be feel intimidated because we're not in the conversation. We are thinking too much about what we're gonna say. Wow. Well, hopefully they come back in time for you to go. But I think that caused a lot of people to lose confidence in themselves because they're thinking too much on how people look at them instead of just being in the conversation, just being yourself. Just being yourself in situations will get you far. Being yourself will get you far. Uh, you know, of course, in professional settings, you have to set a certain standard. Set a certain standard as far as um, life is concerned. You have to set a certain standard as far as professionalism. Being in a certain, uh, certain environment. You have to set a certain standard for yourself, and so sometimes it's difficult in certain situations. I understand to be yourself, but be yourself as much as you can. You know, be yourself as much as you can because people will remember how you treat them. You know, they see you in a certain situation and they see you act different. They're gonna say you're fake. So always be yourself. Of course you have to turn on and off being professional. Being especially being in a certain environment, a certain career. Um, you have to turn it on and turn it off in order to get, certain places in life. How you doing, Elena? How you doing, Elena? Souza Silver? Silver? Appreciate you for being in here. But yes, it's a lot of things we can learn in life, about being confident. How you doing, Fruit Collector, John? It's a lot of things we can learn about being confident, having faith in ourselves, that we can do certain things, you know. We have capabilities, but we don't tap into it a lot because we feel like people are watching us. We feel like we're always being judged for certain things. We feel like we're always being judged, and so always have confidence in yourself. Have confidence in yourself that you can do certain things. You know, you're a courageous man. I appreciate that you're doing. No problem. No problem. We all can, be strengthened in certain areas. Having certain conversations. I've had videos where I say I've dealt with social anxiety. You know, being intimidated by others. Fear. False evidence appearing real. Um, we may, it may be caused by intimidation. You know, you may be intimidated by certain individuals or groups uh, where you feel like you're not as good as other people. You know, and I felt like that way in my past, but I've learned that I'm myself. I can't help but being myself and who I am as a person. And so, that's what it is. Also, if you want to support this channel, my Cash App is on my channel page in my bio. If you want to support this channel, appreciate you, Elena. Appreciate you. Have a good day. Have a good day, Fruit Collector John. Appreciate you for being in here. But yeah, be confident in yourself. Believe in yourself. That things are possible. That things are possible. Uh, if you just keep your mind at it. Be in the situation. Don't think too much outside of the situation because sometimes you'll mess up. Appreciate you, Hockey King, for putting my Cash App. Open Mind Convo. Appreciate you. But yeah, always, you know, always, stay ahead of things. Always stay ahead of things. And you'll see things happen for you. See things happen for you. Again, appreciate you, uh, Hockey King. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for putting my Cash App. So yeah, if you want to support, Hockey King has my Cash App. If you want to support this channel, again, appreciate y'all for being in here. But yeah, confidence, it can be tricky, It can be tricky, but we all have to have confidence, believe in ourselves that we can do things. We're capable of stepping in something that we in the unknown, stepping in the unknown, you know. That's how we progress in life. We take that jump, we take that risk, and we see what happens. We see what happens in life. Sometimes we have to go in things frightened, uh, go in things scared because we want to progress. I'm in that moment right now, moving in a different direction, as far as career and stuff like that. It's frightening, but at the same time, it's better for me, better for my life, work-life balance. And so you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. But always be confident in yourself that you can do things you never done before. You know, always believe in yourself that things are possible, that you can do the impossible. You know, And you'll see things happen. You'll see things happen in your life that you never seen before, you know. But I just want to leave you with that conversation. I want to talk in a circle. But appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all for watching. I've learned, if I'm done with what I got to say on these videos, I just, start right there. But if you have anything you want to say, have anything, yeah, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Uh, that's why I always tell people, people say, you think you can get that? You think I can get that opportunity? I say anything is possible, as far as, you know, life is concerned. As long as you got that drive. But if anybody got anything to say, uh, feel free to leave a comment about being confident and what you need to be confident. You know, a lot of people need that confirmation in life where they feel like they can do what they set their mind to do. And that's all you need. You need that confidence. It's good to have a little nerves. That shows that you're human. But at the same time, you have to, you know that you're as good as anyone else. To receive a certain position or opportunity in life, you have to feel confident that those things can happen. You know, and so again, appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Hope you have a great week. Uh, my schedule may change on my lives. I may do more evening videos. See how my schedule is soon. But again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate you, Hockey King, Fruit Collector John, Elena Souza Silva. Appreciate y'all for being in here. Appreciate y'all for being in here. Hope you have a great day. All right, peace.